What's up? I'm Al Cox. I make games, play games, and everything in between. And today we're going to be recreating a Subway Surfer-like game with the new free assets from Buildbox called Martian Marathon. And we're going to be spending all day doing this. If you don't have all day, check out Smart Penguin, who has like a 5-minute video going over the the new Buildbox assets. And I watched that video 2 or 3 times already before starting this live stream. I took some notes. And before we get going on making like a cool Subway Surfer, let's talk about some of the games I played last weekend. One of them being a Buildbox game that you may not know about. And while I'm not sure if and I actually meant to ask the developer if they published more games. Actually, let me find that Discord chat right now just so I can ask. Because, yeah, let me put it over here. Because I'm always curious on how many games somebody has published before, or like if this is the first game or second game, because I think stuff like that is really important, and I'm always curious about it. So here, let's where is the screen? Let's get this going, and then we want to get a chat going as well. Okay, cool. Looks like we may or may not have one person. So we got, okay, so chat is going, and yeah, so let me ask. Actually, I can always look at the person's store. So let's bring this down, minimize. So it looks like some frames are being dropped. Oh, bring this, trying to bring this over here. You know what, we do this, and then we hit that lock button. Oh, this one doesn't have a lock button. Okay. So this is a Buildbox game I was playing over the weekend. A lot of fun. Oh, and my face is gone. Man. So this is the game I was playing over the weekend. Super fun. And it's a Buildbox game, and it does a great job. So the mechanics on it could be a little bit better in terms of the jumping, but aesthetically, it's a great game. I strongly recommend checking it out. And it looks like it's Michael Garcia's first game, but I wanted to also point out that this Beat Blade dance, oh, I played this game. Okay, so this game I probably played for 10 minutes, and then and then this game, Beat Blade Dash, I played this one for at least 45 minutes. It's definitely a lot more fun. I think it's important when you're comparing a Buildbox game to a game that's on the top of the App Store to understand that these two games are not equal. Mohammed Banana, how do I make a car game that moves the wheels on Buildbox? Okay, before I answer your question, Mohammed, let me get through talking about the games that I played over the weekend and also try to figure out how to get my face back up onto the live stream. Hopefully that is an option. If not, that's okay, but you know. If it is an option, I would prefer to have it over than not having it. Ah, there's my face. Cool. So Beat Blade, super great game, and basically you just move the character along and you smash up these items, which is great. And this game, running with monsters, you also move the character in a similar way. It's not how we will be creating the Subway Surfer like game today, but it's basically you just move the character and you swipe. I thought this game did a great job in terms of aesthetic. It's an endless game. If you were new to Buildbox, I strongly recommend you make endless type of games. If you're trying to make a game that, I don't know, let's say hypothetically a match three or a card game with wheels, you need to start small. It's called scope. You need to have a smaller scope. What's up, Matt? Happy Monday. Thanks for joining us. Today will be, I'm not going to continue on making the game that I have pushed back to uh, set out on July 28th. But yeah, so this is a game made with Buildbox 3, endless, simple. They even have a coin unlock system, fabulous. And I think I played this game. I'm not sure what my high score is, but if you subscribe to my channel, you will see I put out gameplay footage pretty much on a daily basis. So stay a lookout on that. And yeah, today we are making Martian Marathon, and I uploaded to Buildbox 3.2.3, which is something I've been putting off because Buildbox, I think 3.2.1, I just liked it better. Let's see. I'm not gonna. This looks like it's not moving slowly. It's not moving slowly. How to create assets for Buildbox. Anu Pam, great question. Let me first answer Mohammed's question because he asked first, and his question was, how do I make a game and move a wheel in Buildbox? So first of all, Mohammed, let me ask you, hopefully you're still there. Have you published any built games on Buildbox before? If you do not say yes in the comments, I will assume you've never published the game on the App Store before and you are brand new to Buildbox. In which case, if you want to make a card game with wheels, you're going to need to decide if you want to do a 2D or a 3D. So things like that are super important. If and then you gotta be, it's like you gotta practice your elevator pitch. I need more information. If you think I can read your mind or understand fully of what you're thinking by saying move the wheel on Buildbox, it's just hard. And I understand that English may not be your first language. English is not my first language either. That being said, I only really do speak English, and the first my it's a, I'm a master at English. I don't understand grammar, and I can speak American super well. That's really bad English. That sounds cool or whatever, used in the movies. So let's take a look, and let's say Anoop Pam, how to create game assets for Buildbox. You want to create game assets. Do you have an idea of what kind of asset you would like to make? This would be really helpful in terms to decide what you kind of would like to make for Buildbox. So it's tough because I answer your question with questions, and if you don't like that, you'll just need to be more specific. Yo, what's up, man? How's it going? It's good to see you. You're hanging out. Isn't it kind of late your time? Thank you for joining me. We're just going over the Martian marathon asset and gonna try to recreate a subway like surfer. I'm gonna, we'll see. I always find when I am doing something I know how to do and it's kind of boring, like make levels, I can easily go 4 hours. When I'm doing something struggling and I'm not sure how it works, which is, I suspect today, then can only go 2 hours before my brain kind of goes like this. Um, So shrink enough. Hey, Al Cox, I've been following you since you had 300 subs. Glad to see you grow. Amazing content. Oh man, so you're like an OG. One day I'm gonna get a Patreon going. It's gonna be like super cheap or whatever. I hope you're there. But thank you for following me since 300 subs. That means you've been following me for years, years. Thank you for appreciating my content. I really, it's gonna sound silly, but I literally make my content in a way that I just assume, and maybe you can see it, that nobody is gonna like watch it, but I try to have valuable information and most importantly, try to learn. So you like a lot of learning going on. And if you've been watching me for that long, you know that I believe learning is a process, and you must get frustrated, and it's just a process. You got to stick with it. So thank you for following me for so long. That's like probably you made my day. Getting Subway Surfer complete will also make my day, but let's see how we go. Okay, characters, background, trees, etc. Yeah, man. So like a lot of people that use Unity assets, you're gonna want FB. So it's not so much where or a single place, it's what. So Anoop, I have a good friend. His name is Anoop. Your name kind of looks like Anoop. He's Indian. I'm assuming similar. So Anoop, if you don't like it, just let me know. But what matters is FBX and OBJ. It's not or it's not where you get it. You can get a lot of people I see use Unity assets. Free Kenny has a lot of good stuff. So all you really need to focus on is FBX and OBJ. I recommend FBX. It's super difficult. And again, I ask you, how many games have you published onto the App Store? Because if you're trying to get really cool assets to make a really cool game, mad respect. But if you don't have any experience of making a game with just simple objects, which is what I do presently, and that's again more focused on the kind of gameplay that I'm going for, it's learning curve. It's are you starting with small building blocks, or are you starting with bigger building blocks? So if you're trying to do FBX, which is something that is new to me, how much of the foundational building blocks do you have with the current assets? So, it's just something to think about when you're importing objects and you find yourself getting confused on how to get FBX to work, because even me, I have troubles with that. I love you. I love your vids. I don't have time to make new vids in my channel. Yo, I don't have time. I'm like working on a new video that's like a welcome channel to my YouTube channel that I've been trying to do since I got 3,000 subscribers. I'm slow but patient, and that's a video I'm working on. And I'm actually kind of slowly moving away from making videos, which is unfortunate because I love editing videos. That's like, I think it's one of the things that I enjoy as much as I don't enjoy it as much as making games, but I have been editing videos for a long time. And so it's also one of the things why it makes sense for me to have a YouTube channel, because I enjoy making games, enjoy editing videos. But I try to mix them up, but the characters did not import into Buildbox. It gave me an error standing too many vertices. Yeah, so Anoop, I have a video last week for 2.5 hours. I was struggling with Mixamo getting it to work. And I think it's great that you tried it, but you need to understand you're gonna need to try 100+ times. Like you can give up, or you can maybe use another software, or you can try something else, or you can try basic images. But like you need to what what I can do is just give you examples for myself, because FBX is super difficult. And and this is a good project too, because like here this character uses FBX files. So let's take a look. Like I don't, whoa. Okay, so there's like a lot going on here. I hope you can play my new tiny game. I think you. I First of all, I did play Chippy. Chippy is, and I had a lot of time traveling from Colombia to America, and so that's actually when I played Chippy, because man, that game took me. a lot. I want to play Tiny Dungeons 2. Is it released soon? I hope it's a little bit more. Again, how everyone makes games is up to you. Like that's the best part of making a game is you get to decide the level of difficulty. I some things about Chippy were difficult. It was super fun. Um, Bravo job on like just the animation in the pixels in Chippy. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually saw Tiny Dungeons before. Tiny Dungeons to me looks like it's a super fun. To me, it looks like it's more fun than Chippy because I think dungeon characters are a little bit more fun than squirrels. But like Chippy was a great game. So if Tiny Dungeons is similar, I can't wait to play it. But again, it'll be on my list. And again, it's Buildbox 2. So I generally put Buildbox 3 games ahead of Buildbox 2 games in terms of playing. But like running monsters, this game, I strongly recommend to check it out for anybody because this is a simple, endless game. Like you can make Buildbox 3 games. And look, I don't think Buildbox is like if you ever want to export to iOS and not have ads, like if it's more important to you to just export a game, I have no trouble exporting other people's games. If there's no ads, when it comes to like trying to make money or try to like these things and things get a little bit more complicated. But yeah, I wish Buildbox had export, mobile export. It like it bugs me. Like I think I even want to do a live cast for like 30 minutes on why I don't like the fact that they don't have mobile export. So oh, we got some more messages. Noob, also Al Cox, definitely missed acknowledging your efforts on creating some amazing content and the time you spend trying the different softwares and your real life experiences. That's amazing. Noob, thank you. Like my goal here is to help add relevance to people because I think a lot of people are like me and you come into Buildbox and you don't know how something works and you struggle and you're like "Ugh," and you want to stop using the software and like that makes sense but like I think there's opportunities here and yeah. So I my videos I make them to help. Honestly, I make the videos to help me learn Buildbox better. That's my primary objective is me, but I understand that I can make things that can help other people too. So if it's helped you, that's great. I had started Buildbox 2 and I tried Buildbox 3. I'm comfortable with Buildbox 2, and now they have given Buildbox 2 for free, but the Export Mobile subscribe to their paid plan. What's your thoughts? Yeah, I my thoughts is I hope Buildbox makes mobile export. Even like I've talked to some people on the team about limiting like quantifying how many mobile exports you can do, things like this. Excuse me. Personally, I think personally I think Buildbox not having mobile export is hurting the growth in their community in terms of people actually making games. The thing is like here, let me put my big face onto the screen because I'm talking. I wish I could have the and maybe even show the question, but like uh here. Um let's do this. Crap. So here, let's see. So try keep thank you. I started Buildbox 2 and tried Buildbox 3. I'm comfortable with Buildbox 2 and they've given Buildbox 2 for free, but to mobile export you need to subscribe to the plans. What's your thoughts? My thoughts is this is a it's not good for Buildbox and the community for people who want to export games. I think Buildbox is trying to what the they're trying to do is, in my opinion, they're trying to make money. They're a software company, and in order to make money, they want people to subscribe to their plans. I think they could I think they can even make more money by just having people pay like $1 for a mobile export. And doing something like that, while you'd have to pay $1 for a mobile export, you would be more conscious, more aware of mobile export. And I also don't believe, at least when it comes to iTunes, there's a lot of export happening anyways. I don't think a lot of people are exporting to iTunes as much as there are people using the software. So, uh, Srinivas, you've learned how to use Buildbox 2. Amazing. Buildbox 2 is very easy to learn. Like you, I started out on Buildbox 2. Buildbox 3 took me, like, what took me 2 weeks to learn in Buildbox 2 and 6 months to master took me like 6 months to just get a good foothold in Buildbox 3. So Buildbox, I think Buildbox 3 has a lot higher learning curve or even a normal learning curve into game engines. Like Unity has a high learning curve as well. And Buildbox 2 is just so easy, anybody can like make games. And personally, I think they need to reimagine how they make money. Like if they want to make money, like I think not having a mobile option for a free plan. Like you can have a free plan and then have people pay $1, and then they can complain about the $1 publishing fee for mobile, which I think is better because then at least you can publish to mobile. But yeah, anyways, Matt, do they have iTunes export? It just costs extra now. They don't, no, you just, if you have free, you can't, I don't know what you're supposed to do if you have free. And like, I think there is something to be said that it takes time to learn the software, but that being said, it just, in my opinion, if you don't have a free export to mobile, then you de-incentivize people from learning the software. Essentially, why learn the software if you can't mobile export? So you could have and that's the thing. If you have 1,000 people come into Buildbox 2, I suspect maybe like 200 of those people will go to Buildbox 3. The thing with Buildbox 3 is one, it's in 3D. It's, in my opinion, you can do a lot more. And it has a longer long-term ability to stay with the mobile game market industry. Buildbox 2 is just its own unique software that's really easy to use. But this is enough talk. I we're trying to make Subway Surfer here, and just looking at this character is a lot. You know what? Let's go ahead and let's just play. Let's see what happens if we just play. So we got some music. Okay, so this is actually pretty pretty great. First thing first, I hate that camera angle. I hate it. And whenever I move the camera angle, I always hold up. Let me get my music down. Do you guys have music? I'm playing music. I just don't know if it's coming through. Let's go over here. Let's move the chat. Yeah, see the $1 X. Look, yeah, Srinivas. Yeah, you agree with me. Like, have something for a mobile export. Like that's it. Like if you Buildbox is trying to make money. Okay, if you want to make money, add money to the mobile export. $1. If you have most people don't even mobile export. That's the thing. And if you want to mobile export, $1, as to me, that will incentivize the user to be aware of when they mobile export. That makes sense. Like you need to be aware of these things anyways. So if you pay $1, like if you're mobile exporting 10, like you get Buildbox could so make money this way, but they need to and again, they could have a lot of things going on in the back end that makes it not so easy. Like there's a lot of things going on. For me, no free mobile export. If I was starting out using Buildbox, would I use it? I have to make a 1 year review soon, and I'm gonna bring this up because it to me it's true. Like I'm committed into Buildbox. I like Buildbox, but if somebody's coming in and they've never used it before, it's gonna Buildbox 3 especially, it's gonna take them time. And to not have a mobile export in my mind is like, why use this software? But I'm just ranting. Let's change the view of this. So whenever I change the view here, I always click on the camera. So I'm on this camera mode over here. And then, yeah, so I'm going to change it here. And I actually took notes. Smart Penguin was saying that the character would move out of the screen, and we don't want that. Uh, a la Ghost. My problem with Buildbox is I can't make my own mechanics. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm a problem solutions guy, Alago. So if you can't make your own mechanics, then Buildbox isn't good for you, and that's okay. Like nobody says everyone's got to use like one software. Um, and then it also depends, like what kind of mechanics are you trying to make? What kind of mechanics have you tried to make? Like, are you talking like simple game mechanics? And like, what mechanics have you made in the past? So, with that, there's always more questions. And for me, it's always focusing, problem, solution, question. I guess it's not answer because Q&A assurance, but it's like once you notice the problem, you want to work on the solution. Once you find, because your mind can be focused on either or, and you want to be able to understand both and then pick one to work on. So I'm going to actually move the Y to a 5. Let's see how this works. Okay, so we got a new screen. Something is happening. Okay, so I changed the screen and now the game isn't loading. Okay, so I'm gonna hit Control Z. All right, man, thanks for coming to hang out. Until next time, see Control Z. Okay, so swipe left, right to dodge obstacles. I don't even know where this screen is coming from or why it's showing up. So that's interesting. Um, it looks like it's a UI screen, a tutorial 1. So there's a navigation button here, okay? The navigation button says that if you click it, you continue to the next navigation button. But this actually doesn't work. At least it doesn't work for me. Here's a second navigation button. Hit the navigation default. And so we're able to see it go from here to here to here, but none of that was working. So I'm tapping here. It's not working. Her, so is that, but that's yeah, that's with the H, right? The Germans spell G's with H's. Yeah, or no, J's or H's. Is that Spanish? Okay, this is embarrassing. So it's just like not working. Awkward. I'm gonna go here and we're just gonna reopen everything. Save changes. Nope. Although I should have been saving changes the whole time. check out this game, Build with Buildbox, Endless Runner, and yeah, I think anybody who is new to Buildbox should be making endless types of games. Okay, we got a crash. I don't know why. Um, oh, you know what? And let me go ahead and I was going to share this with Sean. Oh, oh, it's right there. Uh, Trying to share this link with Sean so he could post it on the Buildbox Twitter, even though it crashed on me. Okay, so let's try this again. It was totally not working. Let's not ask questions why, and let's just go ahead and get going because what this is about. And I've been talking a lot. I guess it's Monday, so that's good. Okay, so swipe left or right to dodge obstacles. Like I feel like this is supposed to navigate me, but it's not working. Oh, oh, something happened. I thought I touched a button. I'm gonna do that again. So, okay, so you touching the screen. So how do I say this? When using Buildbox, um, a lot of times I never know if the problem is me or Buildbox. Let me say this again. I never know if the problem is me or Buildbox. Most of the time, it's me. Most of the time, it's me. But sometimes it's Buildbox, and the only time I know it's Buildbox is when I understand what is happening, and or if it just like crashes. So here we can see that the screen loads. Oh, and now it's working. Okay, so I think maybe it was just a delay, but always pay attention to that when something is working and then when something isn't working. Because remember, we had to restart everything because it wasn't working. And now it is working. So this is a good introduction to Buildbox because this will happen to you if you use Buildbox. And it's not so much that it's normal, it's that you always want to have it in the back of your tool belt to shut down Buildbox and reopen it if it's not working properly. Because as somebody who's been using Buildbox 3 every day for a year, these are certain protocols that I use. This is one of the, oh crap, Buildbox crashed again. This is the latest version. It looks like it's something over here. Some text is going on. And I noticed that it's trying to reference this. This is actually the file name of the application. So that shouldn't be an issue. Okay, okay. So that was referring to when Buildbox crashed like 15 minutes ago. Um, yeah. So let's go back. I wanted to change the camera again. And to when changing the camera, always click on this. If you're not clicking on this, like, you know what? Hit like and comment if you use this when you change your camera, or if you think this is a good idea, or if you've seen this before, because this is what you see here is what will be changed on your camera screen. So let me know if you guys do this because I do. And I always go up here and you hit 0. That confirms that it's in the X position. And now we're going to test it. Because remember, Smart Penguin said in his video, which if you haven't watched, you want to watch it a couple of times. Swipe left or right to dodge obstacles. Tap. Okay, so there's a bug or something. I've changed the camera angle and now this isn't working. Notice, oh, and now it does work. I'm not exactly sure. Well, I'm gonna even hit refresh again. So, I don't know if it's like clicking somewhere on specifically, like the navigation is over the whole image and there's block through touch. So everything should be working, but everything does not necessarily work. Yeah. So we got to remember that there's that happening here. And I'm going to hit play. You know what? Maybe it's like a timer. Maybe it like waits like 5 seconds before you can do anything. Maybe that's why. Yeah, UI buttons not working. Um, yeah, so it looks like it's not working for me. It was just working a second ago. Okay. Uh, I'm gonna refresh. I don't know why. Okay, so let me be. So that's actually something I really hate, and I don't know why everybody does this, but everyone, okay, and when you make your games, feel free to do as you wish. Uh, but let me show you what I prefer to have always. I prefer to have a navigation button over the whole thing. We'll do a block through touch so you can touch over it. I'll put this at the top. Okay, so like over here, it's not moving. Totally a bug. That's too bad it's not moving. So look here, I added a new navigation button. It's set to default. Now what that does is that adds another image here, or a little dot here. And this is good because before there was a bug and it wouldn't show up. So all I do is I connect it. Now, what that means for me is, so I think we have to wait 5 seconds or something. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. I don't know why. Okay, so the way it was previously set up is you must click this button. I don't like that because I like to click everywhere. So now you can click here. We got this. So here we can see that it looks like the character, and this button is not working. These, come on. This end button does not work. So end screen. This is the restart button. Restart. So this button doesn't seem to be working either. I mean, that could just be me. Let's hit refresh. So this is set to hit this button. So, okay, so it worked there. So the way the camera is moving, I don't like it. So let's select the camera and position on character. So I think actually maybe something like this is a little better. I'm just trying to figure out something better than we had before. I'm like tapping, it's not working. I tap up here, down here. I'm just tapping everywhere. Okay, it's changed. Tapping here. I'm just tapping all over the place. Oh, Let's go into the world. I'm going to deselect that. So we're following the character. We got cool satellites. So we got 4 scenarios. We got this one. These are all decent lengths. Okay. With coins. And let's actually see. So we have a start, and then we have an end, which is at negative 131. Let's look at the second scene. It's cool. And we got the coins. So the coins look cool actually. And the coins are rotating and they have a little wave. This is an object. Let's actually, I wonder if any of these assets exist here or if they're, yeah, so it looks like the way Buildbox is currently setting up their assets library is not in conjunction with the free object and assets. So I wish they had more things here, and I think there's always things to be coming in time, but like time, everything comes in time. Uh, the only reason I wouldn't do a whole screen click for a play button is if I have other elements on the play screen. Good point, Matt. But the only thing I would add to that is you can layer your objects. So you can layer a sound above the the whole screen. For me, I personally just don't like having a single play button and then you must hit play button. And again, that's just me as a game designer, developer. That's how I make sure none of my games have that. I know people who make a living off of games and they do that. So like you get to do whatever you want. I'm just saying that's like a pet peeve of mine. And another pet peeve of mine is not disabling music. A lot of people they have when you go into your Buildbox game or even Unity game. I know you use Unity. They don't disable the game music. So like I hate it when my Spotify music shuts off. If I'm listening to 21 Savage, I don't want Candyland music to be playing. That's not my thing. I want my 21 Savage. I got to get my day going. So again, everyone gets to do what they want. Ab says, Abmora, that's frustrating when that happens. I've been through it a few times. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, and as you said, you don't know if it's Buildbox or yourself. Yeah, you feel me. You feel me. Thank you. But yes, that's how every system is. Flaws, Jen. Yeah. So like yeah, just thank you for understanding. You telling me that shows that you understand, and I agree with you. Every game engine has their thing, um, but for Buildbox, you just learn to like try to get a better understanding. Like the way the UI screen is set up for me right now, and it's probably set up for you, is that there's an issue with the UI, and I don't know if that's me. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm not gonna. I always think it's Buildbox, but then I also think it's me. Like I just clicked, it doesn't go to the next screen. Why? Why do I have to click all over the place for it to work? Like even here, like I think there's like a certain kind of click. And like the replay button does not work for me. Like this is huge. And like I'm pressing all over the screen. Oops. Like, so look, if anybody has this template and you're having issues with the replay button, like look, it started to work, but it only did that after I was clicking a bunch of times. So it's like it's a slow delay. I'm gonna change this over to landscape just because I think it might be easier in terms of visually Makes sense. So we go here to the UI. Oops, nope. Want the UI. Command Z, and I'm select everything. And I'm going to select everything and scroll it down. Oh, look, you see, and this button, that's why the button is so small. Like, again, personal preference. It's personal preference. My personal preference is to always make the button big and easy. It's strange, but that's me. That's how I like to do things. So we got cool assets here. This is, I mean, so this is also one of the cool things about Buildbox, even though these assets, you know, there's a lot going on here, even though there's a lot going on here. Like you get this for free and it's a really good learning tool. And so that's why we're going to go through this today. If you like this kind of content, remember to hit the like and subscribe button because that means a lot to me and YouTube. And it just helps me know I'm making content that people like and enjoy. Otherwise, uh, yeah, I mean, I'll keep making this stuff. I just will think nobody likes it, which is cool too. So look, here we got assets on the side. Again, these are all really long. And the biggest thing is player. I think somebody was asking early on about how to make a movement node or a movement. But here, look, here's the movement in the character. We got a lot going on in this character. So let's take a look and break it down. We have a ramp collider, okay? So I've never seen this before but I can guess what it does. And you know what this is actually? I think this is actually an if collide, and it's just been changed to. Oh, look, it is. How did I know that? Is it because I've been using Buildbox 3 every day for about a year, and it's been a struggle? But that's okay because I learned things. If collide, right there, ramp collider. The collision shape is a cube and it says if if you collide invert signal and the signal is to jump and you invert the signal y of 0 jump limit of 0. I think it just makes the character go up, but let's actually take a look at the ramp collider. I think it's here. I think it's this object right here, ramp. I don't see it. Okay, cool. So first way we got, I want to make sure we have player. So if player collides with ramp, then invert signal to jump. So here we have kill zone left, kill zone right. So kill zone, I'm suspecting is where the player gets killed. I know it seems obvious, but it's like if player and then kill. Okay, so these objects say if the player touches it, then kill the player. Now the interesting thing is over here where like you can't really see it, but you can see the position of these objects. Okay, hold on, let's save. I'm gonna save as. Okay, so I'm noticing some more possible bugs. And it's more specifically, I cannot click on this item. I cannot click on this kill zone left. And so if I go over here and I jump back into, I still cannot click on it. And I don't know why. This is a bug. So I'm going to close it, and then I'm going to reopen it. So let me find it over here. And for whatever reason, it doesn't. I don't like. Do you see it? Am I just missing it? There it is. I am just missing it. Okay, so let's try this again. I select here, and look, I'm able to go back and forth, so the bug isn't there anymore. And so here we can see that I believe these are created to the left and right. So here's a +1, x1, and this is a height of 3 and the length of z. So it looks to be like just all around over here on the right and the left. And actually, you know what a great opportunity this is. So we can actually select this, and we hit this icon here, and you can see it. You can see it. This here. You know what? Let me go ahead and lift this up. You can see it. Actually, that's probably confusing. Let me give you a better example here. I'm just going to take one here, and so here is the ramp, and here you can see what's up, bro? How's it going? We're just checking out the Martian marathon, making like a Subway Surfer like game with Buildbox, and just going over all the details in everything. And yeah. This is so. Come join us. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I will answer as best as I can. But yeah, I'm just kind of going through the objects right now in this game so we can get a better understanding of all the little assets. So here's the F collide that is in the state in the box. And then we got this here, which is the actual static box area of this ramp. Um, and we got another crash. I don't know about you, but Buildbox 3.2.3 seems to crash a lot. Um, like I still have Buildbox 3.2.1 available on my computer, so I'll probably be going back to that. Um, but yeah, let's open up the saved object. It's a good thing that I saved it right before Buildbox crashed. So I'm like tempted to keep track of how many times Buildbox crashed. Let's just go with two. Could be three, but let's just go with two. I definitely remember two. So what were we doing? We were just checking out that ramp. Um, oh yeah, we've changed everything to landscape view. I'm gonna change a bunch of things because now that we're doing landscape view, it just yeah. Shahid, what's up? Welcome. We're just playing with the Martian Marathon here. I feel like scores should be in the middle, honestly. Let's do something like that. Cool. Um, so here, again, I'm just moving things around. And this is primarily because we changed from landscape. I'm sorry, we went from portrait to landscape. And the main reason I did this was because it's just more web friendly. It just looks better for you guys. Um, so do something like this. Cool. So save it. Oh my God, I gotta save it. Save it again. I don't even remember if I saved it, but good. Okay. Okay. So clearly that does not look great. And that is because images don't always appear like they should. I think that has to do with like the stick image. See, and now it's not working. I'm just gonna skip that whole thing and just jump into the game. We can play with that later, but I kind of just really wanted to play with the game right now. Okay, a couple things. To me, these are way too big. Everything about this is big. And to make it smaller, let's go 0.5, make this 0.25. Cool. I'm not exactly sure where the middle is, but and stick to edge, always play with this. I can tell you in Buildbox 2, I never used stick to edge and I always did default and I had good reasons for it. And Buildbox 3 is a little bit different. And I'm still trying to figure out if I want to use stick to edge. The issue is when you have different iPhones at different resolutions. But again, this is all for just play testing. Yeah. And you know what we also need to add is penguin frames per second. Sorry, I'm just messaging Sean at Buildbox right now. We're just talking about some schedule stuff. Okay, so I'm trying to find. So one thing everyone should do is make sure you have Smart Penguins uh, frames per second asset. I have it somewhere. FPS, frames per second. That's weird. I thought I would have it. Hmm. All right, I guess I'm just gonna go get it right now. So if you do not already have this, you do want to get it always. And just feel free to Google, I want to say frames per second, Smart Penguins, FPS tool. I have this asset somewhere. I just can't seem to find it on my computer right now. FPS. That way I can find it later. I don't get it. Did it not download? There it is. Grab that. Let's go ahead and put that in the top left. Super important. You always want to know what the frame rate of your game is. I should have saved it. Man, save times sometimes get longer. I think the other day I was trying to save something and it took like 3 minutes, but generally speaking, it's usually under 10 seconds. And I think I'm going to go back to the portrait mode. I know this is kind of annoying because I'm going from one and then to the other and then back to the other. Personally, it feels like I'm just wasting time doing trivial things. But if you don't like the way something looks, then you're not gonna, you know, like you'll notice and it will bother you, and you will not be able to continue whatever it is you're doing until you fix that. And that's kind of like how I feel right now with the way the world looks, because originally I did think I wanted to do this whole thing in a in a landscape view, but yeah, now I realize I do not. And here, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna select stick to edges. No, this one doesn't have it. Select stick to edge here. Let's put this at 320. 320 is generally the middle. So those are certain numbers that you just like want to always just know off the top of your head. it will make your life extremely easier. And save it again because I don't trust this version of Buildbox. The amount of times I save is directly correlated to trust. And so I actually noticed everything looks like it's a little bit of an angle here. I don't really know why. I kind of don't like it. Like, and I think that has to do with where all the objects are. Like, see, this is 0. And even if we put the character, let's go into the character. Let's take a look. Oh. Also super duper important. Remember to deselect this. If you go into the camera, I should have mentioned this at the very beginning, but I like to make all my changes in the camera mode, but it's also just as important to get out of the camera mode because the amount of times that I've forgotten that I was in the camera mode and started to la-di-da-da move things around is a million, and that's bad. So if you go into the camera mode, you must also be conscious about getting off the camera mode. All right, Shah Hariyar is asking a question off topic. Every game engine has some kind of representator in YouTube. Unity has Brackley, Unreal has Code, Camp, and more. You can become a good representator of Buildbox if you want. You just got to invest in video. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you mean, invest in video. I think I do a good job representing for Buildbox. My biggest thing is I don't want to be like, I still want to be able to talk bad things about Buildbox. That's my biggest issue is I don't want to ever be able to be at a place where I'm like, oh, Buildbox is great, and the fact that you can't mobile export is okay. I don't think that's okay. I think so certain things like that. Personally, I think Small Penguin is like very good at teaching. I can teach, but I teach in a way that's not like a good. I teach by doing. That's generally how I do. Like these are the things that I do, so this is what I can teach. So it's a little bit different. And I don't know if people like that as much. I hope they do, but that's my unique style. So let's check it out. So we got jump. Okay, so there's like a delay, and this button to restart is still slow. Oh, so and then there's a. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a lot more easier level. And to do that, let's just go ahead. No. Oh, delete. Yes. Let's do 1, 2. And I'm selecting each level and I'm hitting W. And then this way we got the original levels. And from here, I think a good thing to do is always to take away. And looking at this level, we can even make these levels smaller. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to make the levels smaller. Where's the end? End is at 132. So we're going to make it at the end at 150. Let's see where that looks. Okay, so it looks like it ends over here. It's at 0, so, okay. So I'm going to just start deleting. I wonder, let's unlock these. Left and right side back. These are kept in place. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is just kind of make all this easier. And I'm not sure what's up with these objects to the side. I can't seem to. So these are the tiles. YouTube can also be a great income asset if you work on your video editing a bit. You are already a teacher. You got to represent your teachings via better video editing. Honestly, between you and me, I really like my video edits. I think I'm really good. I don't know if you've seen any of my previous videos, but I think I do a great job in editing. I really like the way I edit. And I usually just take out all the things where I talk. Well, I'm sorry, don't talk. And then, but again, I mean, we're just talking semantics. At this point, I think YouTube offers a lot of um, awareness in live streams. So I am working on editing videos. I'm working on a welcome video right now that I need to edit. And I also edit gameplay footage because I play games all the time. Um, but yeah, so let's go ahead. Let's see, where is, okay, so I need to find these objects on the side. I don't see them. So that's cool. That's a group of coins. What is this? This is a space platform. All right, we're going to delete that, delete that, delete that, delete that. Deleting all of, oops, nope. This is a kill zone. We're going to keep that. Ground tiles. And we're going to call these libraries. So the idea is here to take the old levels, which were called 1, 2, 3, 4, put the word library in front of it. So you'll no longer be playing these levels or it won't rotate. And then we're going to make shorter levels to encompass everything. But before I make short levels, I'm trying to and that way, if I have short levels, I can put individual objects in each of those levels, and then the player has to decide how to attack those levels. And here we can see start and that the player has all this in front of them. And this actually looks like it's slowing everything down. So I will probably delete all this as well. Let's go and do this, and we can make this a library start. And from this library, I'm actually going to, from here, and then select the player and delete. So now I have all those, hey, Praise of Games, what's up? How's South Africa? You guys having good summer? You guys have plenty of water, I hope? I remember there was a 0 day back in the day. Okay, so I'm trying to grab these other objects. I don't even see them. Enemy space. So we got this goo object. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this because I think it's just dangerous. Um, Tall obstacles. Oh, I thought you were in South Africa. Isn't that not where you said you were from? Oh, Netherlands? I don't remember. Sorry. Where are these objects coming from? That's what I don't understand. Okay, so at this point, I'm just going to go through the individual right here. Left side. Okay, so this is it. Left side, back. No, left side background. Left side batch. Okay, so this is all left side. Okay, that's what I was looking for. So this is all a single object, but I stack in China. I'm waiting for a plane to pick us Africans up. Oh, you got stuck in China because of COVID. Psh, I hope you stay safe. That's cool you were in China though. Respect. Traveling the world. Good for you. But, obviously COVID is bad. So, where is the music? Okay. So, I'm gonna take all these and I'm gonna move the endpoint to 50. And then I'm also gonna grab just like a cube. And I'm gonna put this cube at 50 so I can see where 50 is. Okay, so I'm gonna try to delete everything here. Oh, and then there's some rings and stuff. Oh, and there was like a little bouncy thing. Did you see that? Oops, nope, we need that. Again, this is just for measurement. So I want the levels to be 50. I don't know what's going to happen with this, the stuff on the side, because it's right here. And it looks like this is just a object. Yeah, so here, this is what that is. Oh, and it's got some texture, and it's basically just all this. So, I mean, what is this? How do I select that? Is that part of the texture as well? Doesn't look like it. So let's go back to the character. We got a lot going on here. Signal filter, gem collider. With the timer and then add point. Signal filter pass through true. So look at these two. These are, oh, this is a signal invert, and it moves the character up. Turbo collider. So here the character is moving at -20, Every speed increase is 0.1. Max speed multiplier is 1.5. Rahel says, but also next year I'm going to travel to Scotland. Dude, Scotland is on one of my lists for sure. What is it? The place? It's like the Edinburgh. Yeah, specifically Edinburgh. Right now, Rahel says, right now I'm working on an endless game. Yo, good job, props. Endless games are really good games to begin with because the key functionality on endless games is, get that one mechanic down so people like it. And then, yeah, make a good game, publish it, do all the things. So one question, how do you get a good name for your channel? Was it random or something that you think you heard of? So my channel name is literally just my name. Um, good names are subjective. Everything is subjective. So one person might think it's good, someone else might think it's bad. I just do my name because I think I had Mobile Games before, but I changed it back to my name because of Google, whatever. Um, yeah, Abdul, if you got a question, now's the time to ask. If I cannot answer your question, I will do my best to point you in the right direction. So we got jump. Um, so this is a if collide with ground, then jump. And then we got, let's follow where these two go. Oh, and then these are, okay, so these are the FBX animation. And that actually reminds me. So one of the first things, is there any function in Buildbox which adjusts the game by itself on any device? So your question is not clear, Abdul. You're basically like asking me. I don't know what you're asking me. You're asking me a question that I cannot answer because I don't understand the question. I'm sorry. But if you would like to take time to try to rephrase it and be more specific, then that would be helpful. Yeah. So here we got move right, move left. So very important to notice, these are all custom animations. Okay, so that's the thing with Buildbox is that there's a lot of custom, and anytime you use any templates ever in Buildbox, there's a high percentage that that template has never been updated from the day it was created. What that means is certain nodes in templates may be outdated. In fact, I would say there's a high probability that the nodes have been outdated. And I say this because I have been through all of the Buildbox templates. I have used the nodes and align them side by side. So this node, this template is recent, so it's probably relevant. But like, let's say, let me save it. It's gonna take a little bit of time. Let me save it and watch. I'm gonna open up a new template, or rather I should say, choose a template. So I don't know, what's a good one? Space Buggy, okay? This one has been there forever. I've literally seen people take it and just try to make their own game, but without doing anything, which I guess is fine. It seems silly to me. Okay, so here, look at this. Here is a move node. This move node looks like it's great, but if you take a move node here, you'll see this move node has a lot more options. The reason is because Buildbox, for whatever reason, does not update their old templates with new nodes. I think that's because there's a concern that the new nodes may cause things to work, may cause things to break. So Buildbox is just, they're not going in and updating these because why update what works? That's my thought. Personally, I think they should update all of the templates with new nodes because when you're using old nodes, you will run into issues. That's so it's why yeah. Let's see. Praise of games. So the AI word, oh, the owl doesn't sound cool because the channel name looks unique than channels I've seen. Yeah, man, it's not AI, it's owl. How do I do an endless game but doesn't use the same level design so I can randomly place blocks in Buildbox? Okay, so praise of games. I'm assuming you're using Buildbox? But that's what I'm doing here actually, and it's a really slow process. I apologize for that. So what you want to do is you want to have multiple. So if you're making an endless game, and I believe this is exactly what Running Monster did, is you want to have multiple objects in each scene, and that's what we're gonna be doing here. And I've moved the end scenes to 50, so the scene ends at 50, and yeah, I actually wonder if it's easier to just make a whole new. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and make the end. So here we have the end, and I'm just moving it to -50. I'm gonna do that for all of these four, and we'll see how it works in gameplay. I'm going over these the assets that I'm naming library because we're not gonna be using it. So here, see how this looks. So this FPS is weird. So let's bring that over. Excuse me. Do something like that. And so yeah, we are now ending every level at -50y. What did I do with that cube? Here we go. So let's go ahead and put this in all of the cubes. This is going to be an invisible object that doesn't do anything, but you see it. And when you see it, that means the world is ending. I'm going to save it. Is there any function or node that adjusts the game UI according to device screen by itself? Is there any function or node that adjusts the game UI according to function screen? There is no node or function that I know of that will adjust the game UI according to the device on screen itself. So to answer your question, is there a function or node that allows you to adjust the game screen UI? No. But what you were talking about is in the game UI. So you're talking, here's the UI. You're talking about a resolution or a screen size or trying to make something bigger. I'm telling you no because there's not. But I think you're trying to get to a goal, like you have an end goal, and I'm not sure what that is. If your end goal is to make a resolution size bigger, you cannot do that. And I don't know why your end goal is to do that. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't make sense because, yeah, so not that I'm aware of that you can do that. Like, if you wanted to go here, you can go into the nodes and you can type. Yeah, there's no node or screen that does that. And I want to be clear, I don't understand why you're doing this or what the purpose of it is for. Because if you like, here's a good example that I can show you right now on the phone. So the screen resolution here, you can see that you're looking at now. Buildbox has it. This isn't this does this, but it's not like this isn't a feature of Buildbox. This will show you the different resolution of the screen of the game on the phone. This is not the question you asked specifically, but this is referring to resolution and playing examples on the game. So if you wanted to see what it would look like in a 1136 by 640, you can do that by selecting the resolution, the preview, and adjusting it. Only then will this pop-up menu happen. This was removed. There's a reason this got removed. It's because it's not great. It is a poor indicator. It's supposed to be an indicator of what you see here and that where you can make changes in the UI in terms of should you have this being stick to edge. That's why this exists up here in Buildbox 3. It just happens to do a really bad job, so it got removed. If you like this and you want to use this, all you have to do is grab it from the corner and then it will come up. And then you will know what it should look like in the resolution that you're going for. Will Buildbox have Android update to export to ABK without Android Studios? No, that is not a thing. Praise of games. What you're asking for does not exist presently. You're asking like, and I'm just trying to give you a direct answer because what you're asking for, you should like, in my opinion, you should not be asking because you use Android Studios to get an APK. So why would you use anything else? I hope that makes sense. Yeah, because if you're trying to make a game on APK without Android Studios, then I don't know what you're doing. Because if you're trying to make an APK, you need Android Studios. It's like saying if I want to make an Apple iOS game, but I don't want to use Xcode. Well, you have to use Xcode. Um, if you want to make an iOS game without using Xcode, that's not a thing that I'm aware of. It's also not a thing that I'm aware of. If you want to make an Android game without Android Studios, that's not a thing that I'm aware of specific to Buildbox. So, okay, so I'm going to get back to where I was going. I hope that helps answer your questions. I I understand that my answer may not be what you want to hear. So I ask you to, just do more research. But if you want to if you want to use Buildbox, make an Android game, you're gonna need Android Studios, just as you're gonna need Xcode. And same thing with Android. If you want to publish, you need a developer account. You need a Apple developer account. These are like the already things you need. Like these are what's set in stone. So yeah, I can't download all the stuff from stuff that Android Studios have. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about the things Android Studios have. I think it just sounds like for me it's very difficult. I mean, you'd have to find somebody who knows how to do that and would do it for free. Some people charge like $10. I mean, yeah, I would find somebody who could do it for free. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like to me you're having trouble with Android Studios with Buildbox. And Buildbox, like if I had to say, was made more for Apple. I would try other engines as well. Like don't get limited to one. Um, And yeah, if you can't put it on your phone, that's not good. Because getting on your phone is the best place for testing. Okay, so here, that the button doesn't work for me. Yeah, this navigation button is not working for me, and I'm tapping everywhere. Um, let's take a look at the button. Maybe it's the button. I don't think so. Yeah, look. Let's just put it up. So there's two buttons. That could be why. Oh no, one's okay. So I put the button up on the top. It looks like there's some weird issues going on with how things are placed in movement. You cannot, this will not place a default on top. I think that may be a bug, but you can do it one below. And so I'm just putting that button on top because for some reason it doesn't seem to work. Yeah, hey, phrase of game. I guess I don't think you should be, but like, it's not about being rich. It's about not using, I don't know, Buildbox maybe. Like, it's how do I make my own font for Buildbox? So, well, you're just talking about making your own font. Um, and like, yeah, if you cannot use Android Studios, I would, be patient until you can use Android Studios. Try to find someone who maybe has the ability to use Android Studios, or just keep practicing on your computer. Like for me, I like to put the games on my phone because here's the thing, Buildbox isn't great with Android. You should know this if you are using Android. So that's one of the things that's about Buildbox. So um, test, audio test one. I think we're good now. I think I see a dual beat for music, but that's okay. Input is the external. Okay, looks good. Test, looks good. And I think we're good, hopefully. I'm gonna cross my fingers and check the test. Ah, thank you. I would have been talking for like 25 minutes, probably. What were we saying? Okay, I don't remember, but let's get going. So I'm just trying to make these levels a lot shorter. Cancel, no. Don't delete that. Do you guys have music? Is that no? Oh, my headphone died and it caused my computer to get confused on which microphone. I actually have a special microphone that's I think better in terms of just picking up voice. Wasn't yeah. So it was basically when my headphones died, the audio got confusing and yeah. So oops. So this whole thing is a kill zone. Interesting. And this is a kill zone. Yeah, USB. I was thinking about buying a new microphone. I mean, like I have a microphone, so the idea of buying a new microphone to me just is not happening. I'm not buying something new because I have one. But USB mic, yeah, it's an audio. I don't know if that's better. Okay, so look, the goal here is to just delete all of this. And even though I can't select this, even though I don't know what this is, and it's gonna bug me until I figure, wait, wait a minute. If I lift this up and this, oh, so this object is not connected, so it's still hiding. Do you mainly use your PC for game development or do you also play games? So, praise, always with the good questions. I like to play games, make games, and everything in between. So I actually play all my games. All the games I play are on the phone. And growing up, when I was younger, in my teenage years, 20s, and all the good stuff, I played console game. My favorite was computer games, but the things with computer games, I don't know if you've ever played World of Warcraft. I played that when it like first came out, and then played it for 5 years. I used to spend hours. So uh, basically, I just don't think that's a good use of my time. So I play mobile hyper casual games on my phone because, like, this weekend I played maybe 4 games. Some days, some weekends, I'll just play. I'll spend basically instead of watching Netflix on the weekends, which I do, but not as much. I play games um, for fun, and the hyper casual games. So I can never get too invested because that's my biggest fear of any game ever. Is that I will then spend 100 hours, and for what? So now when I play games, I'll play mobile games and I'll record it and I'll even make videos. I do think I'll eventually buy like what is it, the Switch, and then I want to like record Zelda and play stuff like that on the weekend and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm working on becoming an indie developer on PC. It's more fun to make games on PC. I think everybody's different. So if it's more fun for you, then do it. For me, it's just dangerous. PC games are dangerous because they take up so much time. And that's why honestly, that's why I like hyper casual games because you can control, or I try to at least, control the amount of time that I spend in the hyper casual game world. And I think there's a lot of correlations between the hyper casual game industry that it is in now versus the game industry in the late 70s and early 80s. I think there's a lot of correlations of how things are growing and developing that I personally find fascinating. So that's, you know, I have a friend who used to make the levels on Halo, the later levels on Halo, really good dude, AAA games, a lot of experience, and like, so he knows that world in a way that I would never even. I could ask a question for days on that. But hyper casual has it's got the core, it's just got like the foundation of everything in a way that's not supposed to be taken seriously. So that's why I like hyper casual games. DJ Layton, what's up? Yo, I was just thinking about you the other day. Well, I guess I saw one of your Facebook streams where you play music all the time. Little bit too trance for me, but I love your effects, man. You got the dopest special effects. The music reminds me of living in India, where we would listen to psytrance every day. I can't. Psytrance just reminds me of Goa, India, and like walking on the beaches at 4 a.m. and just hearing oons, 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 wondering where my bed is. But anyways, I'm learning JavaScript so I'll manage how I can learn a new skill. Yo, respect. If you learn JavaScript, you have more patience and tenacity than me. I don't. I'm like I have a brother who's a JavaScript developer, and like I just can't. JavaScript is just not for me, man. Like, if there's any language that I should learn, it's JavaScript. I think I'll give Python a try because I want to try Godot. But yeah. Okay, so basically, okay, so all of these are using the same background. So we're just going to go ahead and move these back. I'm going to unclick these and move them a little bit. Really? I don't know, Praise. I've been like, if that could be your reflection of what you've seen, and again, you probably know more than me in terms of coding, but yeah, yeah. As somebody who's like, here's a funny thing. People, so everybody in San Francisco, anybody who lives in San Francisco, like, or in the Bay Area, all the super nerds talk about a lot of coding, JavaScripts, and even Python. So basically, like when I go visit my brother, him and his roommates will have conversation for hours about some kind of function, or they'll just have in-depth talk about programming. Whereas in that bores the crap out of me. Um, and from what I've heard from them, Python is easier. But again, I think it just depends. It depends on everybody. Everybody is different, and I think that's the main thing. Okay, so I am changing the size of all of this. I'm gonna go ahead and delete. Excuse me. I think a lot of this is not needed. I mean, the character I believe is running start. Yeah, the character isn't even running in that direction. Nice. Do you guys hear music? Is there a music? Do you just hear my voice? Um, yeah, I'm a nerd. I got my 10 friends into programming. There you go. There's some cool programming games out there too that help you learn programming. I'm just a visual person. I consider myself like a nerd and geek, and I like weird things, but visually, I'm a visual person. I love like modern art, contemporary art. So yeah, okay, so let's get back to track here. So all of these are going to end at level at -50, and I'm trying to shorten the length of all of the sizes. Going to lock these kill zones. And again, I'm just deleting everything. So the goal here is to have multiple scenes. So let's say 10 scenes, all a little bit different. And then all with like one or two objects. And then we're going to put all the scenes, they're going to be random. So it's all going to be back to back to back. But before we can do something like that, we need to set it up. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy number 5. And number 5, I'm just going to delete everything. And then we can use 5 as like a template. So it's important to remember, and here, let's just actually call this template level Okay. Level template. It almost looks like evil template, but maybe I've been watching too many of The Witcher. Hey, what's up, Small Penguin? Welcome. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. That's always cool. Praise of games. Do you think the real Subway Surfer was made in Buildbox? No, no, no way. No way. Nice, you were making something good with the template. I'm trying to. Praise of games. It was not. I made my first game in Buildbox yesterday. Congratulations, Overlord. Can I ask what kind of game it was? Share the link if it's out, or if you've just completed it. Maybe you're still in development. But that's awesome. Okay, so now we have this level template, and this is going to be like a template. And what I'm going to do here is just kind of like uncheck this. Oops. Uncheck these so I can move them around like this. Basically from here to this white line is 50, and yeah, so use that as a template. Make this level 5. And you speak code? That's awesome. You know who else speaks code? Praise of games? Smart Penguin speaks code. Smart Penguin, what is your opinion when it comes to JavaScript versus crap? What was the other one? How did I just forget it? This is what happens when I smoke too much herb. Python. What's your opinion on Python versus JavaScript? Do you think one is easier, or I made it on the free version? I was thinking of getting the full version. Oh, yeah, that's what Buildbox kind of wants, but yeah, that's cool. That's great that you made a game. Awesome. Is it endless? Is it an endless type of game? Matt Titus, would you rather have 1 million or 10 million downloads on a game? I think I would rather have 10 million downloads on a game, because from there I can make millions. Yeah. Yes. So that's what I would rather have. I'd even settle, if we're talking settling, 1 million downloads a game. I'd be happy with that. So okay, so let's go here. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, Smart Penguin, definitely like and subscribe and hit the bell notification for Smart Penguin. He was doing a live stream earlier, and I would have totally asked him difficult questions because, why not? Okay. So as you can see, what I did was I just took what's the most successful. Yeah, probably color switch. I mean, there's a game, so you got to understand that, like, and this is one of the reasons Buildbox doesn't like free mobile exports. Like, so I think there was a game, I can't remember, Rise Up. The original Rise Up was built. So I can list multiple games that have been made with Buildbox 2, and then even Buildbox 3 that were then converted or redone in Unity. Because you must remember, 99% of all publishers prefer Unity. And like even the original color switch, the idea was developed in Buildbox 2. And this is why I say Buildbox 2 and Buildbox 3 are great for prototyping. Would you rather use Buildbox or other free game engines? So that's the thing. Wait, praise is what is the most successful Buildbox game? So I would say the most successful Buildbox 2 game was Color Switch. I would say the most successful Buildbox 3 game is a game called Line Picker that was then converted into Unity. So basically, you just make a game, prototype it, and then you pay someone money. Let's say, I don't know, $1,000. Okay. I'm just picking a number because whatever. But then if it passes the publisher's metrics, then you make money. So that's what Blind Picker did. Like they were approached by a publisher to remake the game in Unity. Publishers have come to me to remake a game in Unity, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't. That's not my thing. My goal isn't to make $1 million with a publisher. That'd be cool, but my goal is to learn and grow and to evolve this channel and a lot of things. It's not for quick money. It's just a simple game where you jump over enemies. Yeah, look, great job. I think that's awesome. I was playing Running Monsters, which is a game, Buildbox 3 game that came out. It's also very simple. JavaScript is the way to go. Python is really good for AI and data science. Oh, cool. Thanks. Yeah, Smart Penguin. I was actually looking into Godot because, like you, I just would like to expand my game engine knowledge, and I really like what you're doing in terms of Unity and basics. Uh, but for me, Unity is like, I don't know. I'm curious about Godot, and Godot, I'm told, is similar to the Python. They have a language that's very similar to Python. And my brother, I've heard Python is super easy, not easy, but it has a good baseline. It has a smaller learning curve than like JavaScript. I had published a game in GameMaker, and it was very hard to get it working with the publisher. Yeah, yeah. See, and that's why I don't generally work with publishers. The X Overlord, the best place to learn the code is you just go to Google, man. You just Google that. If you can learn how to Google and teach yourself, whatever, there's a lot of free resources on the internet. I'm sure uh, Smart Penguin has one. When I was learning for JavaScript, this is what I was using. I would go here. It's even on one of my tabs. Introduction to JavaScript. Really good place. My brother recommended it, and he's a here they have things where you can like edit the code. So, man, did I eat lunch? Getting like hungry. Okay, so we got multiple levels. Let's try to. Oh, and from here again, I'm moving these around so that when you go to a level, it's random, like what you see on the sides. That might mess things up, but yeah, let's actually check it out. Oh crap, I didn't save it. Crap. Rainbow Wheel of Death, and I did not save it. I'm getting worried. Oh, it uses. Okay, cool. Crap. Thanks for stopping by, Smart Penguin. Have a great day. All right, we're going to save as. Two. Hmm. So, okay, look, so I think I'm going to keep the long length of each level and just try to make it super easy. So I'm just reselecting. And I find myself doing this all the time. So if you find yourself just like doing this, like repeating what you're doing, just take note of it. So, and that's okay. It's okay to change your mind like a bunch of times, but eventually you're gonna need, like for me, I need to stop changing my mind so I can work on this game. So we're gonna keep the long length. I didn't like the original setup that was going with the Martian Marathon, only because it was like a little bit too difficult. Like this is hyper casual, and hyper casual, we're making easy games. What's the most complex uh, X Overlord, what's the most complex game you've ever made? So the most complex game I've ever released onto the App Store is a game called Snake Color Bump. I made it with Buildbox 2. It took me 6 months to make. It's got 50 levels, and that was just, it was a great period to learn. And I think I was living in multiple countries at the time, and it was just it was that took the longest. It took me 6 months to make the game, so right there. Yeah, the real reason Godot isn't my main game engine is it's hard to learn Godot code, and two, it's mighty complicated to get started, and three, it takes long to export games. Yeah, yes, that's a good point. I unfortunately do not have the experience you have. Front Forge, what do you do as a job? So that is a great question. I really never know how to answer this. I make zero. I don't make money from mobile games. I don't make money from YouTube. The amount of money I make from mobile games and YouTube, I would say is like maybe $50 a month. So it's like nothing. But this is what I do. I used to have a regular job where I worked in San Francisco and New York City, and yeah, I just saved a lot of money, and I saved a little bit so that I can focus on YouTube and making games for like maybe, I don't know, 5 to 10 years. So I saved enough money to have like a long-term plan in order to just be in a place where I can do this, do what I want every day for about 5 to 10 years, and then eventually I'll figure out how to make money. I'm not too worried because I don't know. I guess I could always go back to doing a job that I didn't care about. I was good at it. I got paid lots of money to do stuff I didn't care about. So I can always go back. Maybe, I don't know. I'll worry about that later. Yeah, I can monetize I'm not worried. And that's the thing. My goal is not to make money. And so it's easy for me to do things, and I understand other people, their only goal is to make money. So you can see how we are on two different sides. So um, I can tell you that I can tell you it's not easy to make money. I can tell you it's difficult. I can give you examples of people who have spent 6 to 7 months trying to convince a publisher on a Buildbox 2 game and then get their game to, like, I don't know, #1 on the App Store, to only get screwed over by the publisher who took like a lot of, like, 80% of the money. Like, so everyone's got their goals, and you need to focus on that and know what your goals are so that you can move forward. My goal is not to make money. My goal is to learn, to grow, to make cool videos, do cool live streams, while learning and maybe teaching other people too. So again, these are different goals. Like live stream is a new thing, and I'm still not sure how to like deal with it or learn from it. So I'm trying, and let's start by making some levels. Okay, so now I feel bad because I took out a bunch of crap, but that's okay. This is the ground. So this is A level. Let's go ahead and make this level like this. So these are objects. Wait, can you slide under? I want to see if you can slide under this. Crap, did I save it? What was the job that you had that you didn't care about? Oh, I did advertising operations for websites. So basically, if you have an ad, I'm sorry, if you have a website that has ads on it, there's a whole industry about how you move things around. And I did that for about 5 to 10 years. I mean, I had many different jobs. The way it works is when I was living in San Francisco, is you have a job, you do what your job is, you do that for about 2 years until you find another job that pays more and has less responsibilities, and you do that. You work your way up to a corporate ladder, and then like so technically, if I was still working today, I would be a boss. I would be somebody's boss, and I would tell them how to do the things. And I don't. Yeah, that sounds horrible to me, honestly. So. Um, Why is this not resetting? Yeah, whatever. I'm going to hit this button up here to reset. It's going really slow. So it's just like a really low. Okay, look. See here, there's no barn. Basically, what you see here is not what you see there. So you need to keep track of that. I need to save it again too because it looks like my computer's running super slow. What do I use for art design and menus? I did use Adobe Illustrator, but now I'm trying to do everything with Photoshop. Um, what was the job you had? Yeah, look, so check it out. I have a LinkedIn profile and everything. And I still do consulting sometimes. And then this is like, I guess my resume. And some of the places, this was probably the best place I ever worked. Uh, yeah. I could even put director of advertising operations there if I wanted to. Um, yeah, that was another life. So why not use Adobe Analyzer? You have to. I have a friend who works at Adobe, so I need to talk to her because she can hook me up. But it's it's always awkward to ask your friends for stuff. Like, hey, you know how you work for Adobe? Yeah, I have a friend. She is actually super smart, and she took a coding boot camp, and now she like travels around the world for Adobe, giving speeches about things. Crap, my battery's going down. That's not good. Okay, I'll be right back. I am going to get some more green tea. All right, and we're back. So I'm just trying to like make these levels easier. They were just a little bit too difficult. They're really long. They got a lot of stuff going on, which is great, but coin group, so this is a group? Oh. Ah, look at that. Okay. Let's add some of this, yeah. I think what my dream job should be is to teach kids at kids' parties code how to see. I think what my dream job should be is to teach kids at kids' party how to code and see how many people I can convince to code. That's yeah. I mean, if that's your dream job, I think I used to ask myself what would be my dream job, and that would be to learn how to make games and travel around the world. And then I realized I didn't need a job to do that. And then I just started to do that. Yeah. And it wasn't, I guess that wasn't, yeah, it wasn't my dream job. It was my dream life. But, the thing is once, when you get what you want, then you want something else. That's, so the bigger the dream, the I think the longer it takes to achieve, and then even when you achieve it, like how do I say it? Like you gotta find something for me, and this is only for me. It's to find something that you can do forever. So I couldn't forever making games, playing games, and making videos. I could do that forever. So okay, cool. What are we doing? We're trying to like add stuff, but like these are just way too much going on. Yeah, if you make 20 games a day from scratch, that's awesome. I remember when I started with Buildbox, my dream goal, and this is cool. When I started with Buildbox, my dream goal was to be able to, and I guess I stopped or something, but was to be able to make a game in 1 month. And I can now do that, and maybe I should try to refocus it so that I do that, because um, I can do that. I guess I know I can do that, so I don't do that, if that makes any sense. And we're going over this right now, but right now I'm also working on my Ball Meets World game. So yeah, like one must be able to redefine their goals. To have you want to have goals that you can also redefine. Does that work? Challenge stream. Hey, I challenge myself to make a Subway Surfer-like game. Wait, where's the start? So you always want to know. Yeah, okay, so I'm like looking at it backwards. Oh crap, was I deleting stuff from here? Here, I'm gonna delete, I'm gonna move this back. And then we got groups over here. So this is a group. Let's grab this group and we'll move it over here. Wait, does the player die if they go to the right? Yeah, that's a good challenge. This load time is forever. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna add this enemy. Okay, I like this. I kind of want to keep this with the whole coins. So this coin is Z of 6.75. So that means that it's a difference of 3.3. You like that math? So this needs to be 13 point. So I kind of want to add, I'm not going to lie, I have not played Subway Surfer recently, but I think we should add more coins. Oh, okay. I can now export my Scratch game into HTML so that it can be played on a browser. Oh, that's cool. Are you talking about your Buildbox game? If you can, or you're talking about your Unity game? I'm gonna grab a pyramid. Uh, where'd it go? Where's the three? Oh, I always get confused here. No Scratch. Oh, Scratch is the name of the game engine. Yeah, we talked about that. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so first we're designing level 1. And if you've noticed here, I've placed this guy here, so that he is underneath. So you can go collect the coins and jump over him. And then once you get to the other side over here, you're supposed to move to the left and avoid this. When I tap my character on my game with my mouse, sometimes the character does not jump. Do you know why? So so that's a good question. X Overlord. Uh, what is important to know is, does it work sometimes? Okay, because it's like a control group. You want to, if you can get it to work sometimes, that's huge. If it never works, then that's also important to know. So it sounds like it works sometimes. Is that correct? And then are we talking about the same Martian marathon template, or are you talking about just like in general for a different game? A different game that you may be working on. Ooh, okay, so we got these. What is this? This is a group coin. So we got this. No, I want this. Jump picker? Okay, let's grab it. Let's put it in level 1. I'll be right back. I gotta do a bathroom break because I use bathrooms all the time. BRB. So I realized I didn't set up the most basic thing that was mentioned in Smart Penguins tutorial. So let me go find that. Actually, oh crap. And I think my audio's off. Crap. Okay, test. Is that the audio test? Test. Okay, so audio is good. It just looks like my desktop audio isn't working. This is a really cool Buildbox game I've been playing. I played over the weekend. Praise of game. It works most of the time, but occasionally it does not jump and dies to my enemies on my own game. And dies to my enemies on my own game, not template. Okay, so the upside is that it's working sometimes. Okay. Are you using a touch node? Like, see, that's why I need to then ask more questions. Like, um, I am currently trying out Streamlabs OBS because I hear a lot of great things about it, and I am getting more into live streams. But I generally use OBS and have used OBS regular for the last, like, I want to say 3 years. And it's my preferred method. But again, because I'm doing more streaming nowadays, and I think streaming is cool. So I am trying out Streamlabs. But there's certain things that I don't even like, it's still not clear to me. Like I'm still trying to figure out how to get music. So like in the background for other people. Um, because yeah, like right now it's not working for me in terms of having music. Streamlabs is. Let me check out my activity monitor. Weird. I don't know what happened with the music. All right. Well, whatever. Um, it's a touch node, but I do not want to make it so I can use keyboard. No. Yo, Overlord. I was not saying to make it so you do use. I'm only trying to understand what you're seeing and trying to help think of ideas of what you can do to playtest. So one thing you could do is add a log to your here. So you're using a touch node, right? Let me show you. So here's what you do. You grab whatever node that you're using, okay? And I don't know, let's say you're trying to move it, okay? What you said jump. You said jump, right? So you go to jump. So this is what you want to do. Like this isn't coding, but it's here. You know what? Let me actually show you. There is here, and here we go. Jump. Okay, so here you go to whatever node that you have. You go here, and then you want to add a console log. Okay, have you done this before, Overlord? I like saying Overlord because you're like my Overlord or something. So Overlord, have you done this? And then you added console log jump. So we're gonna go here, and I'm gonna type in log. I'm trying to think what was the no, I didn't even know you could do that. So there's something you want to type in here, and it's console log. I don't know. No wonder YouTube recommends your channel to me because you can do tutorials. Oh yeah, I have tutorials on Buildbox, so a lot of them. Praise of games. Do you know the console log? Like what you're supposed to type in console? Here we go, log. So man, Cedric, thank you. I'm like, see, this is how much I like don't know about coding. Is I can't even think of what to put here. Okay, so yeah, let's try that. So we'll put this here. Now, what you're gonna want to do that as well, Overlord, and then you want to click this button. Okay. Now I'm gonna reload it because my restart button. So when you jump, it should log it right here, but it doesn't log it there because something is wrong. So this isn't right. Something is missing. Is that not right? Yeah, me neither. I don't mess with the code as well, but when I do, here, let me save this one, and I'm gonna open up an older. Use it at the beginning of the start signal and use a. First of all, a semicolon shouldn't matter. Like, just like I'm not trying to get. Uh, what do you call it? Specific. But it's like a console log where you just like log whatever. It's like console log dot Show log, I forget. I don't know why I can't find it. It's, I mean, so Cedric is saying use it at the signal start and blank at the end. All right, so technically the semicolon at the end isn't needed because that's just more for aesthetics. But whoa, relax. Okay, so it looks like there's a bug on the here. So you're saying, yeah, literally all I am trying to do is a log. But because I never do logs, I'm like use a signal at the start and at the end. So log. I mean, don't you, isn't it console.log? Like that's what it's confusing me. Start test. You're saying just log. Saying like this? That doesn't seem right. Maybe dot log. Well, you have colons. Cedric, what about that? So you're saying log start here. So if I do this, we can test it. You see, it shows up, but it shouldn't. I only want it to show up when, oh yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so I only want it to show up when the character jumps. So here, maybe, when the, yeah, okay, so X override. Here's what you do, X override. You go into your game and you test it like this. You put where your character is moving, or you said your character was jumping, right? Hold on, let me scroll up. The touch node is making it jump. So sometimes you jump and sometimes you don't. And when you don't, you die and you're angry and you're like, grr, probably. Okay. And so what you need to do is you need to type in log, like I have here, and jump test, okay? What that would do is when you have your game and you're playing it and then you jump, you should see that. Now, if you press the button and you don't jump and you die, and you see the jump test happening over here, this is how you test so many things. Left, right, swiping, so many things. And as you can tell, I usually I always need a lot of help when I make my games. That's why Cedric and Leighton were here to help me because something as simple as log, I was messing up. Uh, yeah, and I was thinking JavaScript. That's why I was thinking console log. Uh, do it in the signal. After the yeah, totally. I did it before. I must have just had like a typo or something, and it didn't work. And then I was like, I must be doing something. So like, here's a good example. This button replay is not working. So let's see if I can't log that button. And I would love anybody, Cedric or Leighton. I think you guys are pretty well knowledgeable on the UI. Like, yeah. Do these buttons have information? The first time I used code was Windows 10.bat files. Yeah, I think the first time I used code was, oh man, I'm trying to think. I'm like trying to go back 22 years in my mind. What was the name of that? It was something with an A. It was like App Basic. It was something like something basic. I do. And the reason I have two restart buttons is because I don't like the when in games, many times the play button or the restart button, you have to hit that specific button. And I think that's ridiculous. So I have a button, so you can press anywhere on the screen, or you can press there. Yeah, I think basic, I can't remember, maybe it was just basic, but this was in the 90s, 90, 98. Sounds about right. You guys have any idea how I can add a log to the restart button? It's gonna do here. Buttons, activate invisible rotation opacity. No. How do you use keyboard button node? Do you know how to track if character is still colliding with an object? If not, do output. There's a lot going on here. How do you use keyboard? So I think because Overlord is asking about keyboard, and I know Smart Penguin was talking about using the keyboard over here, and I think he used something called a signal pass-through node. Then also use, I think there's a keyboard one, keyboard move. No, keyboard button. I'm gonna bring up Smart Penguins. I think I might even have it over here. No, this is not Smart Penguin. This is Buildbox. And this is why I need. Do you guys get music? Do you guys have music? No? Is there no background music maybe? Where is that window? Here we go. There it is. And weird. I can't get music on my. How do I make infinite levels on Buildbox? Like the levels generate upwards. Great question. Smart Penguin, as per usual, has good information. I would definitely subscribe to his. Yeah, see, that bugs me. Thanks for telling me, Leighton, because I wish I had music going, and I had music going, but then it just turned off, and I don't know what's going on. I mean, I guess it's more important that you can hear my voice than the ability to hear the desktop audio, but okay. Where are we looking for Smart Penguin? There we go. And here. So because we are using the keyboard, Smart Penguin actually does this in the very beginning, and I forget what he said. So I'm going to find that. And move this up here. I can load. I can close. There's a lot here. Oh, it's right there. Okay, so keyboard buttons pressed. And let's see. I think it just made a signal pass through for each one of these. No, but there's multiple, right? Signal pass through. I watched this video like 5 times. I strongly recommend everyone else to watch it as well. Really well done. We're gonna need to make a keyboard setup like here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do this. What happened to my sound? Ah, man, this is gonna be tough. Move, move. Left. Left. So this will be A. This will be D. S. W. W. Up. S. Down. D for right, A for left. The frame rate. Okay, I'm kind of struggling because I don't have audio on my computer, so I just had audio and now it's gone. So that's the thing that's happening right now. You may need to pick up desktop audio for music playing on your computer. Yeah, I had that. For some reason, it just turned off. It only shows X and Y. I don't know what to connect to. Well, Overlord, you're picking the wrong node. So here you just want to pick this item and then you have the key and then you select it to where you would like it to go. Every time I show my friends a big pile of code in my game, they always go, wow, you're good, very smart. That's great. Yeah, awesome. You need to pick up desktop audio for music player on your computer. Yeah, something is weird with the audio. I don't know what happened, but it was working and now it's not. And so that's kind of frustrating. So I'm just going to go into this world. I'm just going to start. I wanted to play with this world here, level 1. Level 1 at some point, like are we even playing level 1? So here's what I noticed. When I'm playing the game, this is a scene, but these objects are not here. Like, you see, where is this coming from? What are we missing? I'm gonna put this one floating because I want to see if it's floating. It is. Okay, so it looks like there's an invisible object or something. Oh, you know what? I figured it out. I forgot to update the end of all of these because I am foolish. So let's do this. 132. I think these all have an end of 132. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to finish what I was doing. Do that. I'm gonna copy this, go here, hit paste. No, you can't do that. 132. I guess I'm just gonna change all of these manually. No, you know what I can do? I can just delete them. Well, maybe keep that one and that one. 132, 132. So that's what was happening of why it was showing what looked like a level that didn't exist, but it did exist. It was just all here. So we can move things around. Like that. And let's actually copy this, move it back. Oh, we did not get the ladder, so I'll Control Z. And the group of coins. Cool. Copy, paste. I was going to go ahead and do this and then move it over here. Let's put it in the middle, do something like that. And let's just test out this level. Left. Okay, it looks good. We're going to move everything back a little bit just because, again, I think everything on the original level, the original setup it's just made too difficult. Like we're making hyper casual games here. It's got to be so easy that I don't even die when I'm not paying attention kind of deal. So I like that it's got two objects. It's got, I mean, I guess one over here too. I'm gonna add some more coins just because we can. Yeah, put it right in front. That sounds good. Cool. So that's level 4. What do we got? What do we got? Overlord, gonna go back if you're still streaming. Thanks for your help. Hey, Overlord, I hope I was able to help. Thanks for coming to hang out. Praise of Games, you're leaving too. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Every, um, you know, one thing I really enjoy about these live streams, and granted, I'm not working on my specific game right now, but it's a lot of fun to just like make games with other people. So, but today we're going over this because this is like a really cool thing that Buildbox does is give away free assets. And these assets are more than just like an object file. Like I totally need to get the other asset, the Neon City one, and then like doing something similar to this because yeah, we're just playing with assets. How is it 5:45? Okay, I don't understand time. Let's do one of these, and then this. We're just gonna be, oh, we are making enemies everywhere. This has got some coins. So here we're just doing really level design. What is this? What is this? Oh, this is a coin group. Let's grab this. Okay, so now I'm gonna test this level, and this is how I test levels. I'll do something, and then I'll just kind of like have it set up so I have to play it over and over again. And this, okay, so I wanted to test to see if that would kill me, and it does. And I wish I could set up a console log or a log to see why this button is not working, and it worked. Okay, so let's move some of these over here, here, and yeah, maybe delete that one. I'm gonna go to these, what I call library assets, and grab some of these. And so here you're running, put that in the middle. And there was a cool, this one, crouch obstacle. And what's cool about this is I can do something like this. And this, make it look like it's holding the barrels. And yeah. And maybe even just push this back a little bit like that. Oh, did you see that? Look, check this out. Go left, but then also slide. Oh, but the barrel kills me. Okay. And we can select this to see the 3D object. Oops. All right, I'm gonna try it again. Oh, that looks cool. Cool, so just adding objects. Oh, okay. Oh, I'll be right back. I got a squirrel that has infiltrated the bird's food source. I'm trying to turn off this headphone. There we go. Okay, cool. So here we're just adding, we're just putting these in. Oh no. There we go. And yeah, so it's like all, you get to make your own level. Let's grab one of these. So the biggest thing is to just try to keep this level easy. Rumor has it Buildbox is going always. Is true. I don't even know what that means. So maybe rumor has it Buildbox is always is going always. Rumor has it that Buildbox is going always is true. I would say Buildbox feels like it's always in beta. It's not a complete, like nothing works out of the box. So maybe that's what you mean, maybe not, I don't know. Um, okay, so we got that. Let's see what other, I want to add some more of these. So I set up libraries and then I just go and I grab the items I want. Ooh, and this is a speed boost. Okay. Oops. Let's go to level 2. We'll add one over here. I feel like I'm going to delete that one because I don't want 2. We can put this in the middle. That'll just mess people up. Okay. No, let's not do that. Let's see. So these are the main assets. Okay, so we got a lot of cool assets. I'm actually, we got this rush pick. So this Y100. So this is just the movement of the object. But if collide, then scale animation to 0 and remove. Oh, yeah, yeah, cool. Rumor has it, I don't I don't understand what does it mean. Rumor has it that Buildbox is going away. Um, I don't understand. Stan, can you be more specific? So I haven't heard that rumor, and there's like you. This is why it's important to be specific with words. If you're saying rumor has it that Buildbox 2 is going away, then I'd be like, huh, I have thoughts and things that I could say about that. If you were to say, rumor has it that Buildbox 3 is going away, I would say, I have thoughts about that. 2 could easily go away. I think Buildbox 3 has been, I think Buildbox has been trying to get rid of Buildbox 2. In my opinion, it's foolish because Buildbox 2 is a great is a better way than Buildbox 3 to get a bunch of non-gamer developers into your platform. But Buildbox 2 may go away, even though there's games that continue to make the top of the App Store charts that are built with Buildbox 2. But the thing with Buildbox is they really like they love Buildbox 3. Buildbox 2 loves Buildbox 3. Or Buildbox loves Buildbox 3. So, like, they are trying to get people, as always, onto the Buildbox 3 platform because it's like the things you can do with Buildbox 3 uh, is what's the word? Exponentially better. Okay, but like I don't talk to I don't really talk to anybody that much. I'm stuck in a house in Kentucky, and while I'm making plans to go to California, I also don't want to get COVID. So who knows what's going to happen? But I don't think Buildbox 3 is going anywhere. I think Buildbox 2 may be going, disappearing, but that's been the case for a while now. I don't actually think it's going to go anywhere, in my opinion. I think Buildbox 2 is great. I think Buildbox 2 can bring a lot more people into game development than Unity or Unreal or Construct or name a game engine. I think Buildbox 2, and like I like to think of it as like classic. Like I grew up on Buildbox, so if I were to name it, I would be like Buildbox Classic. and then you got Buildbox Professional or whatever. Like this is what I would, if I was on the Buildbox meeting team and they were like, "Hey Al, what do you think about this?" Is what I would say. But yeah, I'd rather spend my time trying to make games. And right now I gotta figure out this. So this is an object that is in the ground. This pipe, I'm gonna click all the items on the left. And it's gotta be one of them. Kill zone, kill zone. Wait, do you die if you hit the kill zone? Does that happen in Subway Surfer? Because I almost wouldn't. Whatever, I'll keep it. Uh, how many games do you have on the App Store? I have no idea. Maybe 11. To me, anybody who has more than 50 games on the App Store, like that person, like that's where I would like to be someday, and I can get there. But um, as you can see, even this Subway Surfer, there's so much to do. Let's add coins. We need more coins. More coins everywhere. I mean, that's the whole thing with Subway Surfer, right? Is there's coins everywhere. Coins here. Got coins over here. All right, let's try level one. Let's see how that works. Okay, I believe the end of level one is still not at 132. Yep, look at that. The cool thing about making mistakes is that you learn from them. So I previously, the game was looping and I didn't know why, and it was because I had the X at -50 and not -132. And so it was overlaying. So if I have this at -50 instead of -132, it overlays the levels on top of each other, which is kind of cool. But which is better in your opinion, Unity or Buildbox? I prefer Buildbox because I've been using Buildbox for years and I like it. But if your goal is to be like a professional mobile game developer, then I would strongly recommend Unity. If your goal is to work with publishers and try to get the highest retention rate, I also recommend Unity. And I think Buildbox is specifically great for prototyping, but if you like when it comes to using Buildbox and publishers, although now Buildbox is working with Quali, I even might test a game with Quali. So there's that. But again, like how are those agreements? It all depends on your overall goal. So I look at it like this. To figure out how what's better and better, you need to figure out where you want to go. And there's no wrong answer. Like you can still work with the publisher and use Buildbox. Uh, and let's say not Quali, it's just that's not generally done. Like of all the people that I talk to who are game developers, and this includes non-Buildboxers, like there's basically all the non-build boxes, everybody says use Unity all the time. So, but like that's their goal. I don't like coding, so I don't use Unity. That's just me. Let's test out this level now. Did I save it? So we need to make that higher. And again, I feel like everything is happening too quickly. So I'm gonna move this back like this. Yeah, cool. And maybe even do something like this. And then even, I'm gonna try to match these up. So hopefully it's like, cool. And then you go this way. I don't see all these coins. Oh, okay. There we go. So that actually looks better. So it looks like some of the coins were in the ground and I just didn't see it. And again, here we're just, oops, we're trying to get the player to move over to this side of the fence. All right, let's test it. Let's save it and test it. Always save and then test. That is the best way. Okay, that didn't look as cool as I thought it would. Why is this button not working? Like this makes me want to. I think this is a Buildbox 3.2. Well, this is an issue that I've seen before. I haven't reported it because I tend to not report bugs, and I'm working on getting better at that. But yeah, these UI buttons are not working for me right now. But like if I click all the way, if I click everywhere, like maybe it's because I have multiple buttons. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, that was cool. Okay, let's do that again. This time we're going to do this. Grab these, move it up, move this down. What is this? Is at y of 0, so we can put this at y of 0 as well. I'm going to move this to a y of 9. So if that's at a 9, I'll keep these at a y of 9 as well. Consistency is always good. And then I actually wanted to have this twice. Oops. The blue one, something like that. And then copy paste, and then kind of like move it over here, like something like that. Set that at a 0, then move it back. So it's like this. Deselect here, and I might actually move this up. Actually, I'm gonna, here, that's a great thing. I can just say what I'm about to do. So I noticed that these buildings were covering up the jump. So I'm gonna just move it back. So they're not covering up the jump. And now I'm gonna deselect it and then copy the coins. And then just do something like this. Put it at 0, 0x, and move it back like this. From here, I can just copy and paste and just like make it a little bit longer. Nobody's gonna notice. In fact, I kind of want to put this, this is at 7.5. It's good to look at the XY position, especially since this is a pre-made template, because it's probably got useful information. That's why I bring that up. Okay, let's save it and check it out. I'm gonna go get my coat. Cool, so this looks good, and let's test out the level. Okay, it still goes super fast. It's still like super fast. The UI button is not working. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Block through touch you want checked. That means it does work, right? Let me just get rid of it and let's just die. Yeah, UI buttons are like not working. on the sorry, I'm just trying to ask Sean for some help because yeah, the way it works is this button is supposed to send you back, but it doesn't work. Okay? Please click here. Come on, come on. It doesn't work. Let me delete this. Like, I don't, it confuses me. Have a large navigation button so you can just press anywhere on the screen and then it should restart, but it doesn't. Not sure what's up, but I suspect 3.2.3, but could easily be wrong. But what are we? This is, how is it 6:20? Crap. How is it 6:20? Do you guys know what happened with the time? I don't. Let's see. I'll try to grab time stamps. That's my new bug reporting workflow. Happy face. Okay, hey, how can I share a file with you? Well, Cedric, you can share me a file in many different ways. You could share on Discord, you could share on Slack. Hey, Leighton, I just tried the Windows PC in the US. Yeah, no, like that's what I'm saying. Try adding another button with the same function, see if that makes a difference. Dude, I'm like 90% sure, like this could be me. Okay, look. So here, the restart button, right? Like literally, I just grab a navigation button, go over here, put it on top of everything, select default. Like this should work, right? Block through touch. Like you're seeing, like there's no complications here. Now, you know what it is? Now, the bug could be specific to the second screen. I'm on a second monitor. Buildbox has problems with the two monitors. Um, so it could be that. But like, look, dead here, like nothing, nothing. Even if so, but then let me test it on my other screen over here. Yeah, so like I don't know if it's not working. And I want to be clear, like when I was testing with this earlier, like the same thing would happen, except here, have you connected it? Oh shit. Thank you. Okay. I think maybe is it having two buttons? So I did connect it, it didn't work. Let me yeah, I mean if one button's not gonna work, how's another? Let me move this one up here and so that this is here. Was this set to restart or default? I don't even remember at this point. Yeah, see, the button doesn't work. I've seen this before in Buildbox 2.2. 3.2.1, I don't have this issue, so I might just need to go back. I think it's great that you're not having it on a PC. So if you're watching this right now and you have a PC and you have seen this issue, I'd appreciate like leave a comment. Let me know if you're having if you have a Mac and see this issue. I've seen this issue on Macs, um, but oh, okay, hold on. I'm gonna save it here. Just got something from Cedric, which is a log restart BB doc. Let me save it. We'll take a look. And I'm hoping, what did you send over, Cedric? Let's take a look. So we're gonna finish this. Maybe I should try this again on Wednesday. Oh, oh, UI screen. This? I've not looked at this template yet, but there are two restart buttons. Yeah, but Leighton, like you don't confuse two restart buttons unless this causes a problem. But the two restart buttons are there. One is from Buildbox, and the other is from me. The one from Buildbox is a button that is supposed to restart. The one from me covers the entire screen because when it comes to UI and UX design, I think it makes sense to be able to click anywhere in order for the button to work. So just as a play, sometimes some games you must only click the play button. I personally loathe that. Not that you shouldn't be able to, but I think you should be able to click anywhere. When you click on the screen, restart. What are you talking about, Cedric? This is, oh, when you click on the button, restart. Wait, restart button is the UI screen. So I guess I'm just kind of like I'm not sure how this is like what are you thinking in terms of how I can apply this into the Martian marathon to see if a button is working for me? Any thoughts on that? Leighton, yeah, like so I think I'm a little bit like probably so Leighton, I get that, but that's like if one and two have block through touch, it shouldn't matter. You can use the log for restart button if you edit the custom object where the script is. So I'm going to guess, and I don't like guessing, but this default is the custom. Is that what you like? Are you able to point me in a direction that I can grab? Like, if I, so hypothetically, like, let's say this button was what you're saying, Cedric. I can export this button. I've never seen two in a game. I mean, what you've never seen, I've done thousands of times over and forgotten about. So, um, I've done that with. I remember in Buildbox 2, I think I had like literally 50 buttons on top of each other that were all unlocked to lock. So uh, I understand that there could be some issues by having two buttons, but in my mind, this has worked before and it should have no reasons to work again. The fact that they, like, what we're talking about is semantics because it doesn't even really address the issue at hand, which is it's not working. If I rem Leighton, if I removed one of the objects that you showed me and only had one button, it still doesn't work. So it's not like the conversation of one button or two button is addressing the issue of the buttons not working. In the asset library, double click the default option. Yeah, okay, so it was the default option. So it is this script. Okay, I wasn't sure. No, thank you for being clear on that, Cedric. I just, when I see default, I think log reset. Okay, so this is a log reset. I'm going to go ahead and export this log reset as a log reset button. Okay. And so we could take a look for everyone. This is super cool that you even knew how to do this. Because I think I asked this question out loud, just hoping that somebody would. So here it says enabled if this button is pressed, show log reset. So I'm not sure if, let's do this. So this button doesn't do it. Wait, should it? Cedric, wait, maybe I need to change it back to default. Basically, it's not working now. So something's changed. Export this asset, import it into your DAO. Yeah, for sure. But like, if it's not working here, oh, you know what? Maybe I need to do this. So Cedric, it's not working right now. Oh, oh, typo. So he'll check this out. Look at this. So this is what you made, Cedric. Super simple. All it is a reset button. You load it, tap on the cube, and it resets. Well, I guess you tap anywhere and it resets, right? All right, I'm gonna export this. I'm gonna export it as a different, oop, nope, nope. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna, I think it could be like, well, that's why I think it's a bug. You created an early version, one save, don't cancel. What? I'm not trying to. Okay, let's see. I think it could easily be something like from a, um, Just maybe like multiple screen or something. Like, hold on, I need to tell Sean that I will get him a BB dock for sure. Is this number two? Okay, I need to hurry up because it's 6:30 and it's time to eat. And okay, here we go. End screen. Import. Let's put it here. Let's get rid of this other button because apparently it could be anything. See, look, nothing. Nothing, nada, nada. It's got the buttons there and everything. So it's just not registering. Cool. Uh, we got lighting issues. All right, well, I think that's good enough for today. Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna go ahead and get this BB doc sent over to Sean because I think you can take a look at it. Because you're seeing the issue, I'm seeing the issue, and Leighton isn't seeing the issue on his PC. So it's like it's one of those things that I don't. It could easily be my fault, but the fact that it works sometimes and not all the time, that's one of the things that makes me think it's a bug. But if you like this kind of content, let me know. I'm gonna think about whether or not we could be working on this on Wednesday, or I could be working on my game. Let me know if you have any opinions on that in the comments below. Because if everybody wants me to work on this, I'll totally work on this. But if people want me to work on my game, which of course I like, but I'm polishing, so it's a different level of things of different levels of where I'm at in the game. But that being said, I would like to thank everybody for joining me today. And yeah, yeah. It seems like your BB is having problems because it's working on your screen. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Uh, anyways, thanks for joining me. And until next time, stay safe out there.